Hello, today I'm going to review the Lincoln Nautilus, which is a loose replacement to the Lincoln MKX, though you would not know by looking at it. The exterior is totally new and desirable, according to me. A look for an older generation, 50 plus. Nautilus is designed with extreme comfort in mind, and in this regard, Lincoln is at the head of the pack. The 4-cylinder turbo starts at $49,000 Canadian, and the 6-cylinder turbo tops out at $60,000 Canadian. Options can increase this. There is a lot of competition at that price. Here it is. As I say with all crossover SUV reviews, the rear trunk is roomy and convenient and made so much more when you fold down the seats. The rear seats are spacious with a delightful panoramic roof. It is also very quiet in Nautilus, so sitting in back, it is a high-level experience. In front, pretty good, but a few averages here. I'll start with the low-level digital dash, which is behind all its competitors. See Audi. Also, the center console is made of hard plastics and the infotainment is simplistic in graphic appearance. Thankfully, the infotainment system is easy to use. The buttons for the climate control are small, but everything is handy and intuitive. Those are the only real gripes. This V6 turbo is smooth sounding, smooth going, and dead quiet. The adaptive suspension is incredibly soft, but in typical Ford quality, it did not feel sloppy like, for example, my experience with Honda Pilot. Speaking of suspension, the base model comes with adaptive suspension. I don't think any of its competitors offer this as base model. I think this vehicle zeroes in on the comfort the middle-aged and older buyer wants in terms of posture, look, comfort, and luxury. Of note, the luxury package for $5,500 includes a 19-speaker sound system. The leather seats are nuts, including a 4-way adjustable headrest. The texture of the leather is high level, the right mix of softness and durability. The engine here is the V6 turbo, a known entity that does 12.6 liters in the city and 9.2 liters on the highway, or 19-26 mpg for American customers. The engine produces a hyper-smooth 335 horsepower and 380 pounds of torque. The transmission is an 8-speed that does not draw attention to itself. Here are my thoughts on the road.
Hello car lovers, driving the 2019 Lincoln Nautilus. I like that name. Nautilus! What about this vehicle? On the exterior, I really like the exterior. I find this car zeroes in on the ascent of Generation X and the boomers, if you want. 50 and up, let's say. Really nice, conservative, but good-looking styling, and that's all I have to say about that. What about the inside? The inside, a bit more of a mixed bag. Let's talk about the ride first. I think the ride's important. Very soft ride. I am riding in Lachine, a borough of Montreal. I believe there is no competition for it, but I believe we are the world heavyweight champions of shitty roads, and it is taking them marvelously. So the smooth ride really showing its benefits in urban environment with decaying roads. What about the rest of this interior? Well, it looks okay. It doesn't look as fashion as the Germans, let's say, or for that matter, many other brands. This center console here feels a little bit too Ford Fusion from 2017, let's say. It does have a nice switchgear, easy to use switchgear for the climate control, easy to use sync. It's not beautiful, the sync, but it sure is easy to use. You have this transmission here on right near the screen. The buttons on the left-hand side are easy to reach to. The ones on the right-hand side, you'll be straining your back to get to them. And it's kind of hard to see what they do. It's not that evident. The dash here, maybe not the best looking. A big reproach I've been making with Ford about their dashes. I mean, they're just not awesome looking. But apart from that, everything else is awesome. Steering wheel is nice leather, Wonderful leather seats. I'm going to adjust my headrest. It adjusts backward and forward, up and down. Really nice stuff. So luxurious, easy to adjust. I believe these seats also give a massage. I did not try the massage feature. There's this perception, I think, with especially since YouTubers are generally younger, that, you know, it has to be sporty. It has to be sporty, right? You buy a sedan comes out, it has to be sporty. But I think in this type of big premium SUV, or I should rather say crossover, it's always hard to say where one starts and the other begins. I think the driver wants to be comfortable, and it certainly delivers. What about the engine and transmission? I think it's good. The engine is very powerful. The transmission doesn't draw attention to itself. And once again, that feeling of comfort, that quiet cabin. You know when you notice how quiet it is when you get to a light and the start-stop turns off your engine, and then you hear nothing. It's like you're completely in a cocoon from the outside world. Really good stuff. I liked it more than I thought I would, quite frankly. I had tried the MKX. I had thought the inside was really nice. Now we're a few years later. That inside needs to be updated. It wasn't for this vehicle. However, the exterior was updated. So Ross recommends it for the lease. He's happy with the lease. I'm happy with the lease. Ross makes the remark that these vehicles lose value pretty fast, and perhaps buying one used would be interesting. So that's about it. Those are my thoughts. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, if you really think this is awesome, you should subscribe. And that is it.